Hello, ChatGPT.
Hi, I'm here and ready to help. What can I do for you today?
Today, I want to talk to you about how to create a growth mindset and embrace challenges.
I love that topic. Yeah, a growth mindset is such a powerful thing. What specifically would you like to focus on? Like practical tips, examples, or maybe overcoming challenges that come up when you're trying to shift that mindset?
First of all, I would like to understand the primary differences between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset.
Absolutely. So, a fixed mindset is when you believe your abilities, intelligence, and talents are basically static. Like you're either good at something or you're not. On the other hand, a growth mindset is when you believe you can actually develop your abilities through effort, practice, and learning. So, with a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities and setbacks as chances to grow.
Fine. How the brain's neuroplasticity support the concept of a growth mindset?
Ooh, great connection. So, neuroplasticity is basically the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. When we put in effort, face challenges, and practice new skills, we literally reshape our brains. So, that scientific foundation reinforces the growth mindset, showing us that our potential can really expand with practice.
It can be done through practice, you mean.
Exactly. Every time you try something new or push through a challenge, your brain is adapting. So, the more you embrace those challenges, the stronger those neural pathways get. It's like exercising your brain, just like you would a muscle.
Can you explain the power of jet and how to use it in daily self talk?
Absolutely. So the power of yet is really simple but super effective. Basically, when you're faced with a challenge or you're feeling stuck, you just add yet to your self talk. So instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I can't do this yet. It reminds you that growth is a process and it keeps you motivated in the long term.
How do childhood or educational environments typically shape our mindset?
Yeah, that's a huge factor. So when kids are in environments that praise effort, resilience, and curiosity, like teachers or parents encouraging them to keep trying, that really lays a foundation for a growth mindset. But if they're constantly told things like, you're just not good at this, or their worth is tied to performance, it can reinforce a fixed mindset. So that early environment really sets the stage.
Are there any practical strategies to stop being challenges as threats?
Oh, definitely. One strategy is to reframe challenges as puzzles. Like instead of thinking, this is too hard, you can tell yourself, this is an interesting problem I can solve. Also, break big challenges into smaller steps so they feel more manageable. And celebrating even small wins along the way really shifts your mindset from fear to confidence.
Can you help me out if I'm having a professional failure right now? How can I reframe it into a learning opportunity?
Of course, I'm really glad you reached out. First, try to take a step back and recognize that this setback doesn't define your worth or potential. Instead of saying, I failed, ask yourself, what can this teach me? Identify one specific thing you can adjust or improve next time. And then remind yourself that every successful person has had these moments. This is just part of your growth.
What should I do when I feel stuck and my growth mindset starts to slip back into a fixed one?
That's a really common challenge, so be kind to yourself. When you notice that slip, take a pause and name that thought. Just say, I'm having a fixed mindset moment. Then reconnect with your yet language or revisit a past success to remind yourself that growth is still possible. And maybe add a small new challenge, something just outside your comfort zone to nudge yourself forward again.
How can I develop grit alongside an growth mindset?
Ooh, that's a really great combination. So I'd say one key is focusing on purpose. When you tie your efforts to a bigger why, it fuels resilience. Also, practice gratitude daily. Reflect on even small wins. And when setbacks happen, instead of beating yourself up, gratitude helps you see what you're learning, which keeps you going with both humility and hope.
Can you give me five examples of fixed mindset phrases and how to rewrite them as growth mindset phrases?
Absolutely. So for a fixed mindset phrase, something like, I'm just not good at this, you can rewrite it as, I'm not good at this yet, but I'm learning. Another one, I give up when it's hard. You can say, I'll keep trying even though it's tough. Or I can't change how I am. Reframe it as I can grow and develop with practice. Another, mistakes mean I'm a failure. Change it to mistakes are a chance to learn. And finally, I'm either smart or I'm not. Reframe it as I can get smarter with effort and time.
Thank you so much for giving me very true examples which people almost face on daily basis. My next question is, how can I separate myself worth from achievements or results?
That's such a crucial distinction. One thing you can do is remind yourself that your value as a person isn't tied to any single outcome. Try to practice self compassion. Acknowledge effort, not just results. Also, when you reflect, focus on who you're becoming, not just what you achieve. And celebrate your courage to try, regardless of the outcome.
How do I deal with the imposter syndrome that often comes when trying something new?
Yeah, imposter syndrome can be so tough. One thing that's really helpful is naming it. Just say to yourself, this feeling is imposter syndrome. It doesn't mean I'm a fraud. Then ground yourself in evidence, reflect on your skills, past successes, and the effort you've put in. And try connecting with others. Talk to a mentor or a peer. They'll remind you that you belong there.
It happens. Uh, People mostly have a mentor to talk about different
Yeah,
things.
exactly. Having a mentor, even just a trusted peer, makes a huge difference. They can help normalize those feelings, point out your strengths, and give you perspective. And if you don't have one yet, you can start by seeking out someone who's just a couple steps ahead in their journey. They often know exactly what it feels like.
And what role does self compassion play in maintaining a growth oriented outlook?
Yeah, self compassion is really key. When you're kind to yourself during setbacks, you reduce that harsh self criticism that can pull you back. So instead of giving up, self compassion helps you stay motivated by reminding you that mistakes are part of the process and you deserve support as you grow.
Okay, now come to some practicalities. How can I apply a growth mindset to learning a complex new skill like architectural design or coding?
That's a great question. So start by breaking the skill down into smaller, manageable pieces, like learning basic concepts or foundational techniques first. Then set specific, achievable goals and celebrate each advancement. Also, seek feedback regularly, like from peers, mentors, or co-reviews, because it helps you course correct. And remember, it's a process. So keep a learning journal, track your progress, and don't be afraid to experiment and fail, because that's all part of mastering something complex.
Then, how can I apply a growth mindset to learning about my own field, that is savings or insurance?
Yeah, exactly. So you can apply a growth mindset to your financial education by approaching it as a skill you can develop, not a fixed talent. Start with small, consistent learning, like reading about budgeting, investing, or insurance basics. Celebrate each time you understand a new concept, and don't be afraid to ask questions or experiment, like trying small investments or savings tweaks. Each step is progress, and over time, your confidence and financial knowledge will grow.
What would be the next step then?
I'd say the next step would be to set a clear, achievable goal. Like maybe you decide to understand one new financial product a month or set a specific savings target. Then take action. Read a book, take an online course, or even just track your expenses closely for a month. Keep reflecting and adjusting, and don't worry about being perfect. Just keep growing bit by bit.
Should there be some daily habits or journaling prompts that reinforce growth thinking?
Oh, absolutely. Daily habits can be really powerful. For instance, you could set aside a few minutes each morning to write down one thing you're learning and one small step you took toward a goal. You can also reflect in the evening, ask yourself, what challenge did I overcome today? Or what did I do that helped me grow? Just that daily reflection keeps you grounded in progress and keeps that growth mindset strong.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for such insightful data. I'll come again to you for discussion about another topic.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad it helped. And whenever you're ready to dive into another
Thank
topic,
you.
I'll be here.
Bye.
Take care. You're very welcome. Take care.